This is a Scrying Sports Network 8, the Alt Show, special presentation. This program contains graphic violence, harsh language, bizarre sex acts, and copious drug use. Parental discretion is advised.
Open up your ear holes and get ready to receive Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws Part 2, Baking the Law. The Mithril Maidens are back together along with their new tour manager, about to take on their deadliest gig yet, a baking competition. It's like the Great British Bake Off, but with magic swords, magic missiles, and magic mushrooms. Now on with the show.
Welcome to the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast. I'm Matt, your tour manager and host for tonight. For episode 10 of Baking the Law, which is part of our Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws story arc. That's a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and meet the members of the fantasy metal band Mithril Maidens. We're going to go left to right on my screen. So Tyr.
Hi, I'm Tyr, and I'll be playing Rain Northshine, bass lutist, and Fey fighter archer, arcane archer build. Oh, awesome. With some rogue thrown in.
Just a little bit of sneaking around, right?
Well, look, when you look this sexy, you have to.
Paparazzi.
That's right. All right, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm playing Zulja, the drummer and, only drummer, really, and half-orc bard of Mithril Maidens, and also these pipes are clean.
All right.
Very good.
Malcolm.
I am playing Orin Killroy. I will be I'm the Twilight Cleric and the manager of the Mithril Maidens on our crazy and insane tour through all of Upscandia and beyond.
All right. And Sean.
Hello, it's Sean, and though I'm not an old hat like some people who I'm playing with, I am playing.
You're just old.
I am playing a halfling, Hulgrim of the Lost Shire, who's a barbarian, and he's the lead lutist of the party, who currently is in a decent mood.
Awesome. All right, Nathan.
Yeah, so Nathan, I am playing Echoes of Banter, an Eladrin monk. I play the bagpipes, and I like charging headlong into battle.
And a little of the rub and tug.
I like a lot of the rub.
A lot of the rub and tug, actually.
And a lot of the tug.
No, fucking wait.
And then more
He
rub,
plays the
and then more
bagpipe.
tug.
Oh, he plays the pipes, all right.
And the bag.
There's some hide the sausage, and
last but definitely not least, Kupo.
This is a half-orc named Gromosh. I'm here to entertain you with my vocal stylings, and I just wanted to say to my crew, you're the best bandmates ever. I really appreciate being part of
Mithril Maidens.
Mithril Maidens.
I really hope we have subtitles. Okay.
So when we last left off,
Wait.
Oh, what?
We have to announce that all the characters reached level 7 at the end of last game.
Yes, we evolved
that's right.
to the 7th
Yes.
level of the game.
Yes, that is correct. So you all feel much more powerful.
levels of
Well, I wouldn't go there. Yeah.
Well, we're all married, so yeah.
What? When did this happen? I didn't marry anybody.
Are you sure?
What?
You're a
Puffless?
Puffle
God
Puff.
damn it.
Or a double
You're Mrs.
Puffle.
God
Puffless.
damn it. I was the last one to pass out. God damn it. I didn't marry a Puffless.
You were. You were the
He
last
wakes
one
up,
to
it's
pass
like the
out.
hangover. He's got a tattoo on his face. He's like, Pufflehouse is passed
Wake
out next
up.
to him with a ring.
I'm gonna cut his fucking arm off and run.
It's not on his arm.
That's right. That's right.
It was me. There might even be flowers
We
somewhere
came
else.
together. It was wonderful.
Okay.
As we last left off, the Mithril Maidens had actually won the competition for the baking.
What do you mean,
the law.
actually? We won it. That's all I can go. I'm not going to say
We
fair
won
and
fair and square.
Fair and
We,
square.
there was a
And
square.
there were
There was a fair. We were not. That's all
That's
I know.
right.
wanted
But we
Henry.
want it.
Yep, that's right. Fuck
Gotcha.
you.
And I have been cooking those. I mean, baking. We're good. Go.
Yeah, and you guys celebrated. Everyone spent their evening differently, pursuits, enjoying themselves. You all were awoken the next morning at the call of the morning.
Evil.
Yes, that was it. Yes,
You have passed over
as
to
D. Snyder had
cheese.
said, the call of the morning cock, and D. Snyder is there to lead you to the docks
You
for you
realize
should all
guys
have-
to take the pre-law tour, the pre-law cruise. And so you guys sort of like hung over, stumbling through town. The town is like super quiet. There's like wrappers laying on the ground. There's like pretzels in the
You
middle
mean
of the street.
wait.
Rappers as in rappers,
Rappers
50
or
Cent,
rappers
Dr. Dre,
or-
they're
Yeah.
down.
Lamar.
I was like-
Oh my God, we
like-
gotta save these guys. This is
I
the
was
artist right here.
This town doesn't suck. Sorry. Okay.
Unfortunately, no. It's just like wrappers that held sausages and biscuits and stuff
So
like that.
sausage
But
slings.
clearly, there was sausage slings. Yes.
Oh,
there was clearly
My
a
God,
lot
how's
of-
Nobby? How's Nobby?
Nobby, he is up and bright awake. He seems to have not suffered any ill from the drinking contest, and he is sporting his new leather outfit. And he is basically bringing Echo coffee and some
So-
hot bread.
I have to ask Matt because they, even though I stepped away and I came back and listened to the episode that they said they built them Gene Simmons boots. Is he in fact wearing Gene Simmons boots?
He's wearing very tall boots. He is
he-
about your size.
This is like cool but disturbing.
No, that was the whole point, to make him taller than you and to have Madonna cones.
He's a little wobbly, but he seems to be learning his new way of walking.
Well, cool. We have to get him a weapon.
I want somebody to be able to cast dragon's breath on him so he can breathe fire like fucking Gene Simmons.
God of Thunder.
All right, so you guys march painfully through the quiet streets, sort of your heads throbbing, or the whoever ate the cheese has finally returned solely to this realm, and
How much more cheese do we have then?
I can
there's
see
strangely
something
there's
coming.
none.
How the fuck?
There was a
I thought that
Fondue.
cheese regenerated the way it was described.
fondue.
And you guys find yourself eventually down on the docks, and there's apparently like a huge lake, and you see stretching before you the most massive ship you've ever seen. It is huge, towers almost like a
I'm
castle
sorry,
itself.
did you say
Yeah,
ship?
it said ship. Right?
You said ship, not shit, right?
It's a boat. It's on a lake.
Okay.
It's not
About
a
to
ship.
say, because, a massive shit would be sort of cool to see,
You're still not narrowing it down, mate.
I mean, what type of animal made this shit?
Point taken.
Tarask Boo.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. That's a big shit.
So it is a huge. The wood has been painted like a gleaming white. There's sails of blue and gold flying. It is huge, and you see a procession of young men and women walking up sort of a long gangway. They're dressed in sort of the same, almost similar grayish. They're kind of grayish, but they have blue and silver sort of inlay, and then very simple clothing. They all look around, and you can actually see somewhere in the group there toward the front, you see the princess, but they all seem sort of like looking around, kind of wide-eyed, and, excited, and so they shuffle on, and there are clerics that are waiting at the bottom and at the top of the gangway, and you can see them they're all bowing to each other and exchanging pleasantries of gooderness. And you guys sort of get ushered up the gangway, and
Mr. GM,
yes,
do we see Fell along the way by any chance?
roll perception.
All right. 19.
19. As you're going through town, you think you actually catch a glimpse of a cloaked figure that looks similar from a back alley, sort of seems to be trailing you, watching.
Jim, on a
It
different
could be
question.
Fel. Yes.
These people who are getting on board, none of them are wearing the livery of the Seven Chambers of Velvet Delight Courtesans Guild badges or anything like that, right?
Nope, they all look,
Don't know who these bitches are. We're good.
Nope, they are just all in very somewhat drab and muted clothing.
The fuck?
And it's all the same. Even the
they're all
princess is
bland.
wearing the same
All
thing.
right.
Same bland sort of.
They better be
Yeah.
covered with glitter to this thing, or this boat ship's going to suck.
Meanwhile, we're probably coming out like metal Liberace. Just an equal amount of spikes and
I think
diamonds.
it's called glam
Yeah.
rock, and we're doing it.
Yes, you are not dressed like they are.
No, that's I just described Rain's vest for today. It's literally an equal amount of spikes and diamond studs.
Yeah, it's all about sharp things and rhinestones today, boys. Let's go. Oh, and lady.
So you guys go up the gangplank, and as you get to the top, you see that the majority of the group is filtering off sort of to the left, along sort of like walking around on the top deck, and a few of them are starting to go below. They're kind of looking around. D kind of gestures for you to go to the right towards sort of the front of the ship, and he leads you past sort of like there's sort of like deckhands scurrying around. They're clearly getting ready to sail. And shortly after you guys get on board, the ship actually does begin to pull off. There's a flurry of trumpets. You're kind of standing at the very top, on the rail. They're looking out. There's not very many people to see you all off. It's clearly the city had quite a party last night. But with a flourish of trumpets, the few clerics that are on the dock wave to you. And you guys head out. And Dee turns to you and says, Judas would like to speak to you at the fore of the ship. Please join
Two
me.
things before we go further. How many rowers on this ship?
You don't see any rowers. It's sail.
Okay. And how many mimosas on this ship?
Refreshments will be served at the fore of the ship.
Yes, of course.
What time is it now?
It is an hour past the cock's crow.
It's a long way to go for a drink.
This is like several hours before I normally wake up.
This is weird. Everything here is judged by cock.
Well, apparently, like I said before, you know nothing about the Velvet Chambers. Never mind. We'll just go on. Yes, go on.
Well, Velvet, what?
Yes.
So
Come with me.
We will.
Fuck it.
We will definitely do that, Mr. D. Oh.
You guys are all saying that, but at the words cocktails are served at the fore, Rain is already gone. You can see him twinkling in the sun as he's going towards it.
Just follow the glitter trail, folks. We'll find it.
Oh, apparently
So-
he's recovered.
That's a crazy word.
At the very front of the ship, there is sort of a large white sort of tent set up on the front of the ship. It doesn't go all the way to the ground, but it's almost like a canopy. And sitting underneath it, it's sort of billowing white tent. You see Judas is laying on a divan that is placed down on the deck of the ship. There's pillows. You see there's goblets and sort of pitchers, and you see bread, sliced bread on plates. And he sort of looks up and says,
Yes, the Mithril Maidens. Come and join me.
I go, everybody, remember rule 7? Don't set it on fire yet. Okay, let's go.
Oh, not
seven?
again.
GM,
yes,
what's this vessel made of?
it is made of wood.
Okay,
Fire stuff, yes. All right.
If they didn't want it on fire,
Oh, God, not again.
they shouldn't have
At
made
least
it
we're
out of wood.
surrounded by water.
So he sits up and beckons you. He is wearing his it's not wearing his formal clothes. He's wearing something almost similar to what the rest of the people who got on board were wearing. It's a much more simplistic, single sort of robe. It still has gold. It's sort of deep blue, but they're very muted, weaved into sort of a pattern on sort of a light gray. But it's kind of a very soft, sort of satiny material. But he doesn't have any of like the more brazen adornments or anything like that. It's his leisure. It's his comfortable high priest suit.
Based on their muted raiment, I would like to make a religion roll to determine the nature of what rituals are normally associated with such garments, either for him or for the layman he has put on board as well. case it happens to be sacrificed or some shit. I just want to know. I mean, I just want a little heads up.
Make a roll.
You know, just to,
Hey,
I'm not
Echoes.
good at religion. I slept in that class. But
Echoes.
Yeah.
I think he's wearing a Snuggie. Isn't that a Snuggie? We saw them. Like
Could be.
it could be. I think he's in a Snuggie, man. This is like a sleepover weird thing, or I don't know.
Saw an advertisement for one of those at the market.
Right, lads. In the Feywild, we have a totally different name for that outfit. It's called a slanket.
yep. Like I said, I slept in that class.
You don't think from anything you've heard about Abscondia, you've definitely not heard of anything about human sacrifice or anything like that.
Well, I don't believe-
feel
I mean,
that would be right
I
out
don't-
of the ballpark for
Really?
them.
Really? We
Unless
basically
all the
had
people coming on board are all convicted.
our shaven
mass
dwarf
murderers.
literally saved a pedophile. So I'm like, they thought they had-
Wait a minute. Let's remember, I can't read, and nobody told me what the sign said. So I thought it was
so are you
something
admitting
else.
you're a shaven dwarf or not? That's all I want to
No,
know.
I'm not admitting I'm a shaven
Okay,
dwarf. I am a
anyway.
halfling barbarian. You are, sir, are sometimes a moron. I'm just clarifying the issues.
That's not necessarily untrue. Okay. So I don't see anything sinister about the raiment as far as the rituals that are normally performed in these kind of clothes.
You do know that sometimes often
Like holding leisure wear?
When people, well,
I
it
told you
is,
it's a
but it's
Snuggie.
also clearly a statement of denial of excess.
Do they know where they live? They literally throw away muffins and sausage on the street. There
I
are
know, but
starving
say.
people in our country. We would still do the same thing, but we're neutral and kind of evil, so it's okay. But I mean, they're abscondians.
We're not evil. What are you talking about?
I mean, we're not.
Speak for yourselves.
Oh, I go, but what is evil but live spelled backwards? And we all want to live, don't we? All right, we're good. Okay, yay.
What type of
Happy
fucked
days.
up logic
Okay.
is that? I'm wise, not stupid.
It's called literacy. Read more.
Let
Okay.
her read. Fuck you.
Judas is kind of staring at this sort of cross dialogue. He's like,
Please make yourself comfortable.
Oh,
I comfortable
No.
with
Where's the drink?
foreign company.
That's all I wanted to
No,
hear.
no.
too late.
Not, no. Just, can we get a bucket?
Is, GM, is there an artsy unit with a bar? Wrong bar. Is there a bar nearby?
Judas says,
Unfortunately, this morning, if you would just sit, I know that my offerings this morning to you are austere, but this morning is a day of repentance and thought. But we will have much more refreshments and things to your liking later on.
Well, I'm famished. Is there anything to eat?
Ladies
please,
and
join me
gentlemen,
for bread.
ladies and gentlemen, remember, it is not
Break bread with
confession,
me.
just
Did you say
repentance.
bread?
yes, break bread with me.
Yeah, but
Okay,
we don't really have anything to repent
Gromarsh-
for, do we?
Gromarsh grabs
Guys?
5 loaves and starts eating all of them.
Well, I did free a pedophile. I have to repent for that. I mean,
It's not confession.
No offense, I'm gluten free.
Look, remember what we
What the
said.
fuck's gluten?
Take all these feelings. Your feelings are like treasures. Bury them, and let's just eat this bread and get through it. All right, good.
So for most of you, there's not much bread left, but there are some slices of there are a
Wait
few
for me.
slices of bread that Gromarsh did not grab up.
we'll grab
the
some of that.
pitchers are filled with very cold, very crisp water,
That's weird.
What?
and
That's water.
you notice
We'll
that
try this
unlike
exotic
most
drink.
breakfasts, there's no cheeses, no spreads. This is a very austere, just bread and water sort of thing. And as you all settle down, he says,
I understand this is probably not the fare that you were accustomed to break
is-
your fast with.
Yes,
No,
because
the
it's,
fair I like is in Tuxedo, New York. It's really quite nice.
this is
But I'm sure
perfectly
you
fine.
have excellent chefs on board.
I mean,
I'm fine. I'm
well,
very fine.
That's fine. We'll drink the water and eat whatever's left of the bread ends that falls out of his slimy mouth.
I give my mates
Uh,
some more bread.
it's kind of already got shoe marks on it.
Oh, yeah, well, there's a-
That's funny.
I poke at the water suspiciously until it falls over.
Is that sanitary, unfermented water?
Look,
this
it's
is,
just like raw toast. Just eat it; it'll be fine. You can eat
he
raw
pours
toast.
himself a glass.
You can drink
He's like,
It is
unfermented
drawn from
water.
It is drawn
It
from
happens.
our mountain springs. It is the most purest water of Abscondia.
Well,
Have
I
you
drink
been
some
to
of
your
it.
mountains? There's like manticores in there. They like poop in the water.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Our real mountains.
GM, I make a Constitution check because I want to see if I'm about to. How's the motion on the boat?
oh, okay, that's true. So the boat does go out. You are out. You're not below deck, but you do begin to feel sort of.
Keep
the
my
waves
eye
sort
on
of-
the horizon.
I think 13's probably enough that you can feel it, and you're like, this might not be good.
I'm so disappointed. Okay, all right, very good. Okay.
the day is young.
Well, we have, you got to reach those goals, man.
That's right. You guys are talking. He just says, he basically asks you guys, a little bit about the band, where you guys came from, and is he's sort of asking you a few questions. And you guys
Does he
are
look
about.
like a cop?
I mean, you can still see the harbor, but you've moved out quite a bit. You can hear like bells tolling throughout the city, and you haven't heard that the whole time you were there. It's like bells everywhere.
I've got to go use the privy. I'll be right back. Excuse me so much. Lovely bread. Great water.
Oh, he says,
I suppose we have a bucket right over there.
Oh, I can't use buckets with other people watching without a band. So I've got to go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
May the gods be with you and light ever shine on you in the goodest way.
he says,
Well, have a gooder time, and we'll see you back.
If it all comes out great, it'll be a gooder time. If it's sticky, well, that will be less good.
he turns back to the rest of you as Orin leaves, and he says,
I guess I should get right to the point. I'm glad that you brought your instruments. I think maybe later in the trip, if you all are willing to, a show would be most excellent and fitting. In addition, as far as you've won, we will have a ceremony once we are outside of Abscondian legal waters. We will have a ceremony where we will present you your reward. Very handsome reward indeed. How do you plan to spend your 20,000 gold?
Wait 1 second. Why are we going out of the legal area of Abscondia to get the reward? That seems odd.
Oh, it's just a matter of timing.
For what?
So that we can put everything together. And some of the festivities, perhaps, are not quite what we would want to do within eyeshot of the castle.
Oh, all right. Well, just a second.
That's not suspicious at all.
So my character does find that suspicious, but won't say anything.
okay.
And I go, okay. But Matt, when he gets the opportunity, he's going to leave the party and go try and find the princess.
Okay.
He's not going to tell anybody. He's just going to do it.
Everybody.
So, Matt, I'm going to go try and just pump the crew. That sounds terrible.
So's echoes.
So it begins.
Let me take that back.
We have to get out of the legal area.
I'm gonna go talk to the crew, not the bosun or some of the people up top of the crew, but some of the lower ones, to figure out what the bells mean, what normally happens, and when does the orgy start or the debauchery? Because
The lower
apparently,
ones are called the bottoms.
because hey,
Ooh.
fucking sloppy, useless tops. Anyway,
All they do is leave a mess.
favorite literary work, Catcher of the Rye.
he was a catcher. Anyway, but I just want to try and use my
Yep.
basically my urban bounty hunter skills to sort of like check out the people, talk to them, figure out what normally is supposed to transpire to get some sort of idea of when the best time my band can make its debut as far as musically. But also, if there's going to be an orgy, if there's being a thing is, and more importantly, and the most important thing, the uptight.
Right. So I will give you like one person's response, and it kind of gets echoed. Like you talk to one of the crew that you see on the deck, and they say, "Oh, hey, hello, you're one of the aren't you associate? You're with the band, right?"
Yes, can I piss here? No. Okay, what time?
Oh yeah, go ahead, right off the edge. It's okay.
Thanks. I just talk while I piss. I don't feel nervous about this.
He says, "Oh no, this
Look
is the
if you
best
like,
ever."
but yes, I know, isn't it?
He's I normally work on a fishing boat, right? And then like a few days ago, a pa comes down and says, "Hey, you won the lottery. You get to go and be on the pre-law cruise. It's the best thing ever." And so you kind of get this right.
So no one on
this
crew, no one has ever been on these cruises before.
No, apparently the crew, they're never repeated. Like it's not the same people ever.
Okay, then I go
twice.
find my crappy boyfriend.
Which one's that?
Well, that's D.
Oh, okay. Well, he's back at the front of the ship watching everyone. So, Rain, you think that you could try to make a stealth roll. You realize that with one of you gone, if another one disappears, even if you can slip away, someone's going to notice if everyone starts disappearing.
It's not right away. He's smart enough to wait for his opportunity.
Yep.
And I'll return and spread amongst the crew, like amongst the band, like we need to be worried.
I think I need to express my how am I going to leave. So, Yulgrim has never been on a boat. So Yulgrim's going to answer his question. Well, I probably will take a bunch of the money and do this and do that. You know, give it away to people. You know, I'm a man of nature. And I said, and I've never been on a boat before. No, thank you, but I've never been on a boat before, and I'm going to walk around and look if you don't mind, because this is a unique experience for me.
Well, I suppose if you want to, just be careful. Don't fall overboard.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to swim, but it would be embarrassing and it would mess my loot up. So you're right. Thank you. And I excuse myself. I'll be back shortly. I'm just going to check some things out. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I just get up and I curiously walk away.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go try and find the princess.
All right. So for the rest of you sitting there, does anybody else have what they're going to spend their cut of the money?
No, but I spend some time going around deck asking some other people, are you going to eat that bread?
I just go around the ship, glass to glass, looking for something that's not water. And every time I find water, I just push it over.
Raider's like, I plan on spending.
Fucking cat. Well,
I plan on spending my money on children.
What?
Oh,
He looks at you, and he's waiting for the rest of the sentence. You can tell.
He just smiles.
He's like, yes. He says, Orin's come back. He kind of looks at Orin. Now that most of you guys are back, it looks like Holgrim's walked off.
so I'm going to spend my money, the band's money, I guess, on, well, the thing is, we have to carry a much more brighter and much more hopeful message. We're at a time of war. And the thing is, we need to make certain that the right side has the message out there. Otherwise, people will not be gravitating to it. The thing is, if you don't send the right song, people aren't going to listen to it and be drawn to that side. If you send the wrong song, they're going to be gone. So it's, charitable acts, paying your roadies for a change, not playing in piss holes, and singing the songs that vibrate to the very being of the people to make them understand the greatness that lies within them that can be achieved only by reaching out to something greater.
Right.
Judas sort of nods and, understandingly at you.
It's the goodest thing we can do.
He takes a sip from his water goblet and he sets it down. He looks at you and goes,
Perhaps we in Abscondia have been too hard on the South. Perhaps in our quest for bitterness that we have perhaps withdrawn aid. Maybe we have judged too harshly. You make a good point. There's something to consider.
It is something to be considered because if you close off all the doors, those that you close the doors to will fall to chaos and not to what is good. And therefore, you'll have more upon your doorstep, breaking down your walls, tearing out your foundations, and destroying the very nature of everything you stand for, because you turned them away when they needed you as a beacon of light, and you became a vengeful fire. Ooh, is that
What the fuck are you, a band leader or a goddamn prophet? Jesus
This
Christ.
water. I am a Twilight mage. I go, this water's so good. Oh my God. It's from a spring.
All right. I apologize. He gets this way when there's no canapes. It's
He makes good sense. Because, quite frankly, I know why you're here. I know what you've come to do.
Take a piss.
I look at him and go like, but does D know what I'm going to do? Oh, wait, we're not talking about that. Shit.
I know you've been sent here to make a mockery of our competition, to point out our failures.
No.
Actually, no. But
Actually, we weren't sent for that, but I'm not there to say that. Damn.
It's just in our nature.
Go
I
on.
think I understand what you were trying to prove. That we were being too silly and closing our eyes on the problems of the South. Of course, this makes sense now. A band. Of course, the South would send its most excellent negotiators in the strangest form. But you have done that. You've made a mockery of our ridiculous show. You've sort of shown us the way that perhaps we have been too harsh. He says, but this is enough. Go and mingle. In an hour, when you hear the trumpet blow, assemble in the deck below, and we will begin the ceremonies. We will present your reward, and then we will begin our festivities.
Judas,
Yes.
the only problems that I have with your particular contest was, well, those old assholes.
Oh, the feebler elves, huh? They've been quite the fixture and a fan favorite for a long time. But I fear that after reviewing the scrying balls, their behavior was well outside of an acceptable.
I often find out
behavior.
many illuminating things after staring at balls.
Yes. That's why we have the scrying balls all over the city.
Oh, everywhere?
Well, I mean,
like, does someone go through that, or do you go that personally?
we feel that perhaps maybe people tend to, when they know that possibly that they're being watched, they tend to have an extra motivation to follow the gooder path.
They also have a motivation to find out exactly what the limitations of the scrying spheres are and exploit its weaknesses.
Oh, there will always be rapscallions. That's to happen.
That's so nice of you to call them that.
Now, let me not keep you with my bread and water. I am returned to my meditation, and I will see you at the opening ceremonies.
And he just sort of kind of waves his hands, and D sort of motions toward the rest of the ship. So you guys can go out and start wandering. Sean, you
They're going to kill us all. We got to get off this thing.
you kind of walk around on deck. It's very busy. They're kind of like hoisting the sail and turning the I don't know what people do on a boat.
Mash the mizzen.
Good research there, GM.
Hard to starboard.
I like it fully immersive.
You can use the terms water, go bus if that's more comfortable with you.
There's 10 guys standing on a big mast blowing on the sail.
I'm just going to ask. I'm going to make an insight. They do seem to know what they're doing, right? So I wouldn't know if anything's odd about these people. There's no reason for me to check because I've never been on a boat before. So I'm not going to have the insight that.
There's a guy walking around kind of in a fancy uniform, yelling orders, and people like, swamp this pole, or I don't know, whatever.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
This is your ship, right? You've been on it before.
Excuse me, GM. Did you say swab this pole? I just want to make sure I heard that.
did.
That's what I thought I heard.
Okay, thank you.
I heard Pop old
So,
swabbing.
Please carry on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So yeah, but Julgrim thinks that's normal. That's a very phallic statement you made. But anyway, this is your ship, right? You've been on. You know where everybody's at, right?
He kind of puffs up very proudly. He says, "Yes, I am the captain of the Gooder One. Oh, well, at least for this weekend."
What do you mean this weekend?
Oh, it's not my ship. I was the captain of the Barry May. We used to go out there. I'm a fishing vessel captain.
Well, who on the ships? Is it somebody here who's been here for a while, right? But nowhere room for the
as far
princess.
as I know, all the young men and women of this crew are like me. We got pulled from other ships.
Don't you think that's odd?
Oh no, it's the way it's always been.
Does the crew always come back?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So nobody gets like. There's no weird ceremony where the ship comes back with 3 people on it.
No, they all come back. They go back to work.
Okay.
Kind of roll insight.
12. Not
You
bad,
think
but not
maybe he pauses, like he says, "Oh yeah, they all come," but there's sort of a pause in his statement.
So you're not sure then? That's okay.
Oh no, they all come back. It's just I
don't
know
come
a
back
fellow. He was on
different.
one of the other fisher ships. He was the captain about 4 years ago. And, the strangest thing, I've heard it's such a great thing, but whenever I talk to him about it, he just really doesn't really have much to say. I guess it's a pretty boring event. They all sit around, they eat bread, drink water, chant.
Okay. Well, I have no reason to be suspicious, but where's the princess at anyway? She's supposed to be on this.
Oh, the princess is on board?
Is she on board?
Oh, I don't know. They don't tell us who's on board.
How about
we
the
just
father?
know it's... Oh,
Her-
the
the
king?
king.
No, he doesn't come out on this. This is only for the young.
It's because the king has died and the bells are
Okay,
ringing.
where are the nicest quarters at on this ship?
Oh, the nicest... Well, that's probably Judas's. It's his boat.
Okay, where are they located at?
I don't really up in the front of the ship. I think on the second, third level down.
Okay, thank you. And I just start making my way there, Matt, and I will just start randomly looking in the front of the ship because Pilgrim doesn't know. He lives in the fucking woods. So he'll just start,
All right.
walking into people. Hey, have you seen the princess? When he gets below decks, try and just be honest. Well, he goes, well, I wanted to thank her for her help earlier or insight to, just trying to be generally, which is generally true. He does want to thank her for stepping in earlier when he made a mistake.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll circle back to you. I'll just go around Robin. Tyr, what does Rain do after they sort of say everyone can go hang out?
I'll wait for Orin to go, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Chris, what does Zulja do besides knock water over?
Zulja will be still wandering around looking for actual good things to drink and getting rid of anything that isn't.
So you'll sort of get the from some of the crew that, I've heard they've got, there's some great food, there's some wine, everything, but it doesn't get served until after the opening ceremonies.
Where do they keep it?
Oh, I'm sure it's down below in the stores.
Please, show me.
Well, he goes, you could just take the ladder down here. I'm sure one of the other crew down there could show you. I really don't know where it is. I just
Right, I'm
walked up
off.
here.
Let's go. And then I go searching
Right.
for the wine.
Orin.
Well, since he's pretty much gone off to meditating, and the crew is apparently only temporary, with a few key people which are permanent, but probably either a part of the conspiracy or or just not bright enough to remember. The thing is, I'm going to go find a place in the ship where I can mark off a 10-foot area so I can make a lifeboat.
Make a lifeboat. Okay. Like
Yeah, so
physically
basically-
get some nails and
Oh, no.
Lovin's tiny hut.
I just want to, I'm a Lehman type. I'm gonna
Oh,
figure this
smart.
out, mark that so I can get the band here. And I guess if I can find a stage where it's supposed to play, then that'll even better. Like if we need to, it's going to be like, rock! Lehman type, go!
so you will eventually find a purser will show you to what is about 2 levels down. It is a very large open room, sort of a semicircle. It's like half a circle. You can tell toward the front is a large
Our
podium,
stage?
sort of a stage. You figure there's like seats and chairs and stuff, and you think, oh, they must put on. This is where they put on musicals, plays.
I will ask him, is this where they put on plays and music, or are you just too new here to know that?
Oh, he said, no, this is where the ceremonies are going to be. I heard there's going to be.
Where's our band going to play?
Oh,
I
you
can't-
play up here if you want to store your stuff right to the back.
Yeah, I
wall
want the
there,
stuff
that'd be
stored
great.
here. I want to clear out the space, make sure there's nothing interfering. All right. I'm just gonna
You're,
draw.
um,
I'm just gonna draw a circle so I know how big of an area, because you got to give them marks, otherwise these guys are all over the place.
Sure. Your servant already brought everything
Yeah.
down. You should be good. And you look
Fantastic.
toward the back, and you see stacks of all of your stuff set up, and Nabi is back there smiling in his little leather outfit.
I will walk up to Mobby and I will say, "Here's a generous gift. Give him a silver piece." I'm not giving goals. I'm like, "You are the best roadie this week ever."
Nabi is so rich in friendship and coin. And he tucks
You
the
are
coin.
so rich in friendship. Don't touch me. Okay.
He tucks the coin down the front of his little leather pants. They're so tight you can see the outline of the coin.
Jesus Christ. We needed to get him like a
Looks like a
pouch,
condom.
like a gold pouch.
We're gonna need to get you a fanny. Well, yeah, We're going to do
Why
something.
would I need that? Are there more of these?
There'll be so much more. You can't put them in your pants and walk and crap and dig, whatever you do. Don't later. We'll see how this tour goes.
If you don't mind, I was tuning the lutes, and Echo showed me how to.
Have they been tuned ever before?
His sack, the thing he plays.
Bagpipes.
That's what a strange thing. It looks like a creature.
Well, in certain places it is, but right here it's just an instrument. So, I'm going to draw this circle.
Said that it can crack, so that you don't want it to get dry. So you keep it nice and keep it waxed and moist.
I hate that word, but it's so much better than his other. I told him that. I said I don't like the word moist, and he comes back with me with like, what is it, wet and hot? And I'm like, no, we'll just go with moist. So anyway, that's good. Just it's fine. Keep his sack moist with all your oils. God, I can't believe I'm saying that and not getting paid. So, and make sure all the vital stuff is in this. I'll draw it out. This circle is where I want to make certain most of our stuff is. It doesn't have to be all of it, but the important instruments. But I need room for the band to perform, so don't. Okay, this is going to be where he's going to stand. He's going to stand there. These are like 5-second stands. They'll stand here for 5 seconds at the most, and then be all over the place. But I just need to know where we're going to start. This looks good.
I'll set it all up for you. And he kind of walks over, and you see him kind of stumble a little bit as he walks back. And you hear almost a little cracking noise.
Wait, are you drunk?
Back, he goes, sorry, what?
Are you drunk?
No. Just
that's a shame.
Dobby's ankles are just they're a little sore from the shoes, but Nobby's learning.
Oh my God, is this Bar's bones breaking?
Dobby. Those shoes.
They look sly as fuck.
Dobby, take the fucking shoes off. Take the shoes off until we're performing, okay?
Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do. They take a little while to lace.
Son of a bitch. I wish I could care enough to do something about that. Wait, I do. I do care. The thing is, you could either go through the pain of lacing them back up once the time requires it, or you can sit here in pain and learn how to walk in them. And walking in kinky boots takes a really strong soul.
Nobby wants to be that strong soul.
Then learn to walk in the kinky boots. I don't want to hear cracking bones. Get to work.
Okay.
Great, Rudy. Bye-bye. Good talk.
So when Orin finally gets away from everybody,
yes,
he'll hear from his pocket, right, big job. Are you finally alone? Rain will like climb out of one of his pockets.
Son of a... You really...
That's a very comfortable pocket, mate. I gotta tell you. Listen, I'm not the smartest candle in the batch, right? I know this. I'm very pretty.
Brightest candle chandelier, but go on.
Yeah, I'm very pretty. So the difference. But I come from a race of people who absolutely tell the truth all the time, but then they don't tell you what they're doing. It's in our blood. That motherfucker up on that deck, he's about to do some sketchy shit.
What? I cannot believe that. That sounds crazy. Religious people doing sketchy shit to people who don't. What is that?
Madness.
It's almost like I haven't spent 700 years listening to people do the exact same thing.
Exactly. So we gotta have an escape plan.
Right. All right. Just I need you to open that porthole on the side of the ship there and let me out.
Well, I don't know. I'm really feeling. I need some more air before I can discuss this.
Right. So that's what Rain's gonna do. He is gonna fly on the. He's gonna fly on the outside of the ship and look on the outside for portholes or windows, maybe in areas where he wouldn't where he doesn't see anybody, where he normally couldn't get to.
And Matt, I will not seal the porthole. I will just pull it close as I can to looking close just from a casual glance. That way he can reopen if he needs to come back in that way.
All right.
And I'll tell Dobby not to touch it.
All right, I'll jump to Echo.
So I'm going to come looking for Nobby.
You eventually find him in the large hall. You see Orin sort of like, looks like he's getting some air from one of the porthole windows, and he's turning back around. And Nobby is setting up the band's gear on what looks like a stage.
So good I found you.
Yeah, hi.
So good I found you clothed.
What's the problem with me being clothed or unclothed?
Nothing. That's a new thing. Me finding you clothed is good.
Okay.
So I paid Nobby. Don't pay him again. He doesn't get any much. He'll go to his head. All right? You good? All right.
Good.
Don't close that porthole. I need it for air.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Yeah. Sneaking.
Oh, okay. Well, can I borrow Nobby for a little bit?
He's working. I just paid him a silver to work. Wait, is it professional or is it like? I mean, do you need him for like to help bolster your performance later?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I need him for performance stuff.
I love how Rain just told Orin his people say one thing.
Yes,
and here comes Echo. He's like, yeah.
But Echo does that so much, it's normal to us. It seems natural. It's not a shock.
It's all natural, baby.
What season are you?
Ooh, actually, I've become accustomed to summer season, and I don't see a reason to switch it right now. It's been a good run.
It'd be so nice if you went autumnal, but that's just me.
But so yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Nobby. I think I have some things I need to work out with him for, performance stuff for the performance. For our show.
You do understand that it interferes with his roadie contract. I will take it out of your flesh.
Yeah. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. So I think the performance is the thing, the play, the performance, the show, the rock.
I've actually heard you guys play.
Yeah.
I've heard it already. I heard it pre-Nobby. So
right. So with Nobby, it should be even better, right?
If it's not
what?
Oh.
You'll grift from us less? Is that the more? What's the punishment?
That was less croissants on Tuesdays. Okay, we're done here.
All right, I'll let you do your sneaking around weird cleric, but yeah. So
and don't mess up the chalk line. That's not with my magic chalk. My magic chalk is for special stuff. That's just regular crap.
Okay.
I do have magic chalk, by the way, Matt. You should look at my character sheet.
Okay.
So I will let him go.
I'll walk over towards Nobby, and just for reference sake, what kind of ship is this?
What kind of ship?
How's it propelled?
A galleon.
Didn't we see water
bus?
Galleon?
Giant yeah, it's a yacht, but it's a fantasy yacht.
So no cannons?
So you don't see any cannons, no.
Didn't see any.
Okay, I go sit on the stage and pat the spot next to me and look at Nobby. So come sit with me, Nobby. I've got to talk to you for a little bit.
He kind of clops over, and it takes him he tries to sit, but his knees are so high up that he kind of like has to fall back because the shoes are so tall. He can't actually squat down. And he kind of plops onto the stage.
There you go. You're learning. That's good job. Good job. That's you look like you're the sexiest damn goblin on this boat.
Huh. Thank you, Master Echo. Thank you.
Question. So you've been on the ship for a little while. Have you looked around at all? Have you taken any tours?
Nobby didn't want to get into any trouble, but Nobby may have poked his head in here and there.
Do you see anything like really kind of thrilling or interesting?
I haven't seen anything thrilling, but there's the strangest smell coming from somewhere down below in the ship. I've smelled it somewhere, back in my master's chambers in their workshop, but I just can't put my nose to it.
Is it a good smell?
Odd and bitter.
Huh.
Stinging to the nose, but faint.
Interesting. So, well, I have a job for you.
Oh, he perks up. Yes.
Have you ever heard the term pyrotechnics?
Oh, yes, yes. The masters, not the old masters, as cruel but as old as they were, they would put on grand shows in the winter. Yes, yes, they would bring out great, great casks.
As awful and as old and shitty as they were, I'm glad to hear it. So, what I want you to do is casually and discreetly take a look around and see if you can find anything like oil or any kind of the powder that might seem familiar to you that your previous masters might have used for these shows. Yeah, anything you can find that burns really hot, really fast, with hopefully with brilliant colors. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what's on the ship, and I think that you, with your size and you being who you are, you can probably get into places without being noticed, because I want this to be a huge surprise. With that being said, unfortunately, I think you should take those super cool boots off for this particular mission.
Oh, I see. But won't it make me a weak soul? Orin said that I would be a strong soul if I powered through the pain of these boots.
Look at him. Does he look sexy to you?
Well,
Watch it.
I mean, he's a human.
I mean, like he's probably the least fuckable member of our group. So
His ears are very round.
so
What? I'm a
I
half
wouldn't
elf.
take his
Oh, that's right, you are
advice
half elf.
on
Never mind.
what's
Yeah.
on what that is. So,
But she's probably right. I'm
but
probably least fuckable.
sometimes it's good to be quiet and unseen, especially when you're trying to surprise people. So,
Oh, Nabi spent his whole life unseen. Yes, yes, I know what that's like.
okay, so just take a look around, see that you can find stuff that can put on a good show in the fire arena.
Okay. And he'll start unlacing his boots. It's going to take him a few minutes. Oh, okay. So Zulja, I'm going to hop to you. So you go down a couple floors. Eventually you do get someone who will point you to a kitchen. You can see there's a whole crew of chefs, and they're starting to prep food, and you see like casks of wine and stuff like that. They're a little intimidated by you, but they sort of like kind of shoo, say, "Oh, not until the festivities. It's too early. Very strict rules. Judas would not be happy if we served beforehand. It's a very religious dogma and all."
Don't think of it as you serving me. Think of it as me taking it from you.
That's very hard to argue with that.
And if you say something, my fist accidentally meeting your face.
Right. They're kind of staring at this, big half.
Do I need to roll an intimidation check? I'm saying, I will rip your arms off if you not let me take the wine.
Yeah. What is it? One guy leans over and says, "Let the orc win." Yeah, you can get. They will give you like a sort of a jug of wine.
I will hand them the jug and I will grab for the cask.
Yes.
Cask of wine is yours.
Yes.
So Kupo, you'd stepped out. What is Gromarsh going to do after the sort of the meeting breaks up with Judas? You're sort of sitting on a cushion, chewing on a loaf of bread, and he has sort of like returned. He's staring out over the ocean.
A combination of the horizon, it just goes on and up and down, and so I'm just getting really bored. So again, what's the means of propulsion for this boat?
Oh, the wind. Glorious, gooder wind casts us forward.
So Gromarsh looks up and he sees his hairs, they're just billowing, and he gets an idea and just finds the tallest mast and just starts climbing to the top of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The workers sort of like see you climbing. They too sort of like don't seem to know. They know you're guests. They just kind of let you go. But you see the one gentleman in a sort of more like a surcoat is sort of watching you. He's not really saying anything, but he's keeping an eye on you.
Right. Once I get up there, just looking out, and from that height, do I notice anything unusual?
Make a perception check.
I get something to do.
What you do notice, from far in the distance, you can still sort of see the capital, the Abscondia. You see that a series of flags have all been raised above the buildings, and there is what looks like black smoke sort of rising from the main cathedral.
Oh.
And that is it.
Okay.
And you think you see something in the corner of your eye on the outside of the ship flying around, but you're just like, never mind, that's nothing. That can't be anything.
And finally, to amuse myself, I really got to take a leak. All this cold water. I bet I can make it right off the edge without hitting anything.
You don't. There's people, a few crew members have to go running, and the sail has got a sort of a wet line running down one of the sails.
Excellent.
Oh, Jesus.
I do make note of the black smoke, and we're heading in that direction?
No, you're heading away from the coast.
Okay. Very good.
So, Tyr, you're flying around the outside. You look through several different portholes. It looks kind of like the first couple levels. Like there's the top deck. The second level appears to be like quarters. Like you look through a few portholes that are open. Some of them do have curtains. Like they're closed, sealed, and there's like a curtain. But several that are open, you can see like long rows of like bunks and stuff like that. The next level below that seems to be on a few open ones where they are more, they're cabins. So they seem to sleep two people. And in a few of them, you see people inside wearing the gray robes. They're like unpacking. They're sort of like, putting stuff away. They're, talking. These appear to be the quarters for the people that came on board. And lower down, you also see into, there seems to be a whole bunch of them where there's whole levels where there's no portholes on either side, anywhere around it. And then down toward the bottom, you actually see Zulja walking out of what appears to be a kitchen with a cask over her shoulder. And after that, there's no more portholes below that. So there's definitely some...
He thinks to himself, right, there's our girl.
Holgrim, you are walking around. You've been asking a little bit. You're going through, and you're kind of walking around some hallways, and a arm reaches out and grabs you and pulls you into a small little alcove. You turn and you see the princess, and she's staring at you.
For a second, I thought it was something completely different. Okay, princess, hello. I've been looking for you.
Shh! I know you have. What are you doing? Because we have to be quiet. We have to be secret. I can't be known to be associated with you directly.
Well, I wanted to. What the hell's going on? Everybody on this ship. Nobody's been on this ship before.
No, of course.
What are we doing? What are we doing? You talked about something.
We are here to right injustice. But to do that, I can't be seen with you until a time. It'll bring up too many suspicions.
All right, I'll leave.
When the time comes, I will call for you. All you have to do is then say my name, and you will come to me.
Okay.
You'll know the right time. It'll be after the ceremony when Judas is distracted.
Okay, so I just got to call your name after a ceremony after you tell me.
Yes.
Okay, I will. Cool. All right, Matt, no problem. So what is the princess's name?
If you don't remember, so it's King Fjord and his daughter Lita Fjord.
That's right, Lita Fjord. I knew Okay, thanks, Lita.
Kiss me once.
She'll kind of Princess Leia ditch out through her little robes.
Cool, no problem. Now I'm going to go check out the rest of the hold.
You find similar. So there's just sort of... Now, what you do find is there are areas that are... So like the other half of this, there's areas that are closed off. They're basically just the doors are locked. Sealed shut. There's like pursers sort of there. And all of that, they'll tell you that this is the one area that is the other half where the stage is. They say that that's the dining area, and that's all being set up, and it's off limits until...
Okay, no problem. Check my gear, and then I will head on back up.
I mean, an hour passes. Zulja, everyone kind of comes back. Rain, unless you want to do something else, you don't really...
Right. Well, like you said, there was one level that was totally no portholes and nothing like that.
Yep.
Right. So he is going to choose either the level below or the level above and go in there to try to get to find a way down.
All right. So none of the portholes are open on the outside.
And then I'll go into stealth mode for that. I'll use. Can I use my thieves tools to unlock one?
Yeah.
I rolled 13.
Yeah. You rolled a 4. Yeah. You figure you can jimmy one open.
Okay. Yeah, I'll jimmy one open then.
Okay. So you find yourself. Do you want to go above or below? Above is the guest quarters, not the crew quarters.
Right.
And below is the level where you saw Zulja with the kitchen.
Which is busier?
Figure the kitchen levels. I mean, you would assume if they're prepping for stuff, there's going to be people running all over. But you also know there's about 40 guests on board on that second level. But many of them appear to be in their rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll go in that the kitchen level.
Okay.
And then I'll have to work my way up. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You spend about half an hour darting around corners, moving about. And what you find is there is sort of a dumbwaiter system that brings people up to the level of where the stage is, but there are no entry points to any level above you.
So, like the wall, so there's just a wall where that is, right there.
Yep.
There's
the ceiling. There are no doors, no stairs,
but what about,
no portals.
Can I get in the dumbwaiter shaft?
You can get in the dumbwaiter shaft. It just doesn't. Yeah, you could
because I don't need to take the dumbwaiter. I just need to get in the shaft.
Yep, you can get in the shaft. There's no. It is a closed system that runs up to the level above.
Can I hear anything on those walls or nothing?
No.
Then maybe I'll just go. But then maybe I'll try the level below if there's nothing.
Well, that's where you were. The level.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Then I guess I'll try the level above.
It is the same thing. The only access seems to be between a couple of dumbwaiters, one at the front of the ship, one toward the back, where the kitchen is, and it's almost as if that entire level is a box.
You said so. There is an access from the front or the back of the ship
through the dumbwaiter. Yes.
Right.
To the level where the stage is.
Yeah, but nothing on that. But no access to that level at all.
Nope.
That's really odd. All right, I'll fly back into where Orin is.
Okay. So Zulja's returned. She's got a cask of wine. Grumarsh has climbed down from his perch after a while, and he is related. He can relate his information back to the group. We kind of all gotten back together. As rain comes flying in, you start to see the people in the gray robes. You see some clerics come in, a couple in sort of white robes. And you start seeing the young people in the gray robes begin to filter in. They're starting to come in little groups. They're sort of talking quietly, and they sort of start taking seats on little couches, chairs, all sort of in the audience area. And one of the kind of the pursers kind of comes over to you, and Orin, and he says, "Oh, as winners of the competition, you've got front row seats up here for the ceremony. Please have a seat, esteemed guests."
I'll get some of that wine, Zulja.
Delight.
Get your own. I found this right fan square.
Oh, you're supposed to share with the band. Come on.
Yeah, right. Huddle up. Band meeting.
Band meeting now?
Band meeting. Yeah, band meeting.
Band meeting, fine. What is it?
So just we're gonna huddle up. Like we're still down. We're not right up front yet. We're still down where we're.
You guys are on the stage.
Okay. Well, either way, I'll just pull us off in the corner in the back so I can be like, yeah, lads. There's a whole level of the ship that there's no entrance to.
We all agree that we've met the crew. Most of the crew has not done this before, and suddenly we'll be surprised.
Like literally, there's no doors, no dumbwaiter access, no stairs. You can't get to it.
If I may,
how big is the?
Excuse me. This is.
It's a whole level of the ship.
Okay, Holgrim, fire away. What?
So this is the thing. The captain mentioned that he was first time on a ship. I said,
the captain.
Yeah, the acting, whatever the hell his name is. But anyway, he said that every year they do this and that the crews come back. And I said, okay, but nobody seems to remember what happened. Additionally, I might have shared before that the princess had spoken to me about something, and she's on the ship, and she says that there's an injustice. Here? Yeah. There's an injustice about to occur, and that when the signal's made, something will happen, but something's going to go down. But I don't know what.
like a
When the
signal
signal's
fire
made, what
that
happens?
she saw?
No, she's gonna do something, and then I'll call. And I don't know, man. So it was really like it sounded like cool lyrics to a song, so I got lost in it for a second. So I'm sorry, but when it happens, you'll know.
Wait, she's going to tell you to call her
Yeah, sort of
when
like
shit
that.
goes
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, pretty much. Shit's gonna go down. It's injustice, and it's some probably crazy gooder shit. But
When
everybody
did
lives
Pilgrim start
apparently.
getting into the drugs?
But everybody lives. I wonder if this is some weird like festival thing where
Sorry.
they all get naked and have an orgy, and then they drug them with roofies or something. You know?
Gromarsh is looking very sad, and he says,
What's going on, bud?
it's unlikely, but I may have set a cathedral on fire before we left because I noticed one, and were we near a cathedral before we left? Because the one behind us is raging and it's on fire. Did I do that
You dumb son of a bitch! Did you light a cathedral on fire?
again? No,
Wait.
The most important thing is, did anybody see you light a cathedral on fire?
If nobody saw you, it didn't happen.
Right. Never admits that you let it on fire.
Allegedly, this cathedral caught fire under mysterious circumstances.
That's exactly what we're gonna go with. Allegedly is a very good friend of mine, and we should stick with it.
This is just like the bar with the thing again. God damn it!
So bells started ringing as we left the city, and then you think a cathedral caught fire.
Well, I was up. I went on the top of one of the twigs, and I looked back, and I saw black smoke for a long ways, and so yeah.
Hey, that's a song.
Yeah, can you say that again?
Black smoke like on the water.
No, black
Underwater,
smoke.
yes.
And fire.
Was
in
it fire in the sky?
There's fire in the
wow,
sky.
That could be our new original song.
I like that black smoke in the water, fire in the
Holgram, write
sky.
that down if you knew how to write.
I can't even read, man. I mean, I got a good memory, but I mean, fire on the water and smoke in the sky.
yes.
That sounds familiar, but fine. Okay, so we have a crew of people who actually get amnesia and don't remember what they do. We have cathedrals on fire and bells ringing in the city. And in city, the Uptight is on board the ship, which I think is some sort of magical artifact that apparently may keep chaos at bay. So I'm thinking pretty much Abscondia has pretty much gone to fucking shit hell fun. And we're out here on Uptight land.
And we're going outside the border.
Well, that way, if some shit goes down there, or there's some sort of geese upon the whole entire city, or some sort of curse or whatever, we'll be outside of it.
Fucking
And
geese.
Judas Priest knows that. All right, people. Yes, do your drugs, do sing well, play your instruments like you never played before, be on your toes, and we may need to get the hell out of here in a very ugly way.
You say his name, and sure enough, he comes in with D.
Jiminy
Snyder.
crickets.
He kind of walks up to the stage, kind of motions for you guys to take your seats in the front row. And he walks up to the stage, and all the room is now filled. There's a whole bunch of people. Holgram, you're looking around. You think you see the princess. She's somewhere. She's like in the middle of the crowd, just sort of sitting amongst the people. And he takes the stage. Everything gets really quiet. He says,
Welcome, children and future leaders of Abscondia. Journey to a gooder life isn't an easy one. It is not one that is free of care, one that is free of turmoil or challenge. But we have all studied, we have all fasted, we have all prayed, and we have all taken this journey as you move forward to be scions in the future of Abscondia. I welcome you all to my humble vessel as we sail upon the open waters and we reflect upon all that has been and all that will be. But I've told you before, and I will say again, that it is not enough to read about the dangers, chaos, and temptation in a book. It is not enough to hear the preacher stand upon the pulpit and sermon to you on its evil ways. One cannot know temptation until one knows temptation.
He sort of looks at your cask of wine.
One cannot know evil until one has seen evil. How do we know what will bend our wills? How will we know what will tempt us if we do not know what is within our heart? This is all talk of heaviness. Let us first celebrate. First, let us celebrate the victors of our most recent Baking the Law tournament, the Mithril Maidens.
You sort of hear claps, from the audience. And
I stand up and
Please,
bow.
come up.
Thank you.
you see two scribes come out, and they sort of unfurl this big scroll that has pay to the order of 20,000 gold pieces on this big scroll. And they kind of hold
It's
it
like
up.
it's like those big checks that you send.
Wait a minute. Hold, stop. This is Matt. This is starting to sound like Squid Game. Wait a minute.
I will look to see which bank it is. I can't care less about the
The
amount. It's
Royal
which-
Bank of Abscondia.
So we got to get this shit back to that damn city. Is all I think to myself.
They present Orin with this huge scroll. It's massive
Oh, that's
scroll.
How are you going to get that in your pocket?
This is just fantastic. Dobby, fantastic.
Nobby.
Nobby is not around, you notice. His boots are laying over on the corner of the stage.
It must mean he's comfortable.
That silver went to his
that's
head.
bad for the help. Anyway.
He says, yes, and even better, later on our journey, the Mithril Maidens have been so kind as to offer us a show.
Orify.
And so now,
You hear a bell go off from upside, like it's above on the deck above, like a bing, 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 bing.
And Judas smiles
The
and
toll of the
says,
dead.
we have passed beyond the waters of Abscondia.
That's the
Into
signal. I
open
go into a
lands
rage.
We are. And now, future Scions, we must face that which we will be tempted with. We must face that which will test our will and test our faith in the gooder life.
That'd be the best way to start an orgy. I'm just saying.
He says, this is
God.
Let the pre-law cruise begin.
and you hear another bell, and the back wall
Pre-law.
opens. Yeah, it's called the pre-law cruise. And the doors slide open, the polished wood doors, and behind it you see a room filled with couches, beds, racks of food, candles,
Holy
incense.
fuck, it is an orgy.
Big divans. There's bottles of oil next to bottles of booze. Standing around the couches are about 8 or 9, about split half men and women with deep red skin and leathery wings, horns on their heads, barbed tails, brass collars studded with silver and gold runes, stand holding plates of food and other items of questionable nature. Clearly, these are demons standing
That's
there.
nachos and cheese sticks.
This is a party now. It's a party now.
Right.
We're
I,
gonna go-
Potato.
I want to change my answer. What do I want to spend my money on?
I know. This is a party now. This is. I look at Judas and go, "Wow, man, you're really gonna throw a kegger, aren't you?"
And Judas begins to walk forward, and he pulls on his grayish robe with the silver and gold, and it drops away to reveal his oiled body, naked, with golden sort of a collar with sort of chains hanging from it. And he just walks down in, and slowly the people in gray stand up and begin shedding their robes, and they all begin to move. And he kind of looks at you guys and smiles. He says, as he passes by,
I'm sure this is all very pedestrian to you.
and he walks past into the mass of bodies.
It's like a Tuesday.
Now I'm fucking torn.
So this is where we start playing, right?
I think we start playing now. Yeah.
Roll your sex initiative.
All right.
Constitution check.
Let me start playing.
Roll for erection.
Okay, but
I'm a little distracted, so my music's only okay. I'm like, dum, 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 dum. Oh, we're
It's
supposed to play,
only
right?
okay.
It's only okay. It's a 13 because I'm distracted. Like, what the fuck, man? This is
So,
The
not what I
scene
expected.
before you very quickly begins to descend into a, I don't know, normally I would say a chaotic
Gromar says,
grinding
rock it
mass.
out.
Awesome. a chaotic mass of debauchery. But
Where's the
I guess for you
princess?
guys, it's like the post show. So you do not see her.
Whoa!
Oh, not 20 on my
Soldier,
roll.
Jesus
God.
Christ. We're doing well. We're doing well, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a
Rain
drum
stops playing. He stops playing because he's trying to tug down the erection in his leather pants.
Yeah, Holgrim's like really conflicted. He's like, I guess this is bad. I mean, did he pay the demons? Because he doesn't get it. Holgrim's like, can you pay demons for this sort of thing? I guess so. I look at Rain. I go, you know this. You've been around for a while. Can demons be paid for this shit? I mean,
Demons are just like everybody else, mate. They're just,
How many of these?
But yeah, I gotta play my character. Gromarsh, this is way too much. He just starts fucking everything around him at the same time.
He's got the microphone with him. He just takes it with him out into the crowd.
because your performance is awesome. And I'm gonna fuck you. And I'm gonna fuck you.
He's gonna crowd surf into the orgy.
You get the shaka, and you get the butt. You are lit right. Okay, this.
This is why you're the lutist and not the lyricist.
Yes,
That's right.
I guess
I'm like,
just,
bum, 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 bum.
If anyone would like to make either, was it arcane or
Oh,
even,
yes.
religion?
Yeah, these demons are devils.
So these
Succubi.
are fiends.
Ooh, shit.
Oh my gosh, Echo. So Echo, I take that back. These are some sort of strange cousin of the angels.
Okay. Oh, tieflings.
These
Yogrim
these are the
doesn't know.
weirdest,
He's just like, I don't get this. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh,
But
okay.
Orin-
What
oh my-
are they now?
Oh my God, Rain.
Yes, I'm like,
Right, they're just
Rain's
hot
the
as
same way.
He's still tugging down the erection. He's like, I can't focus.
Rain's like, this is the greatest cosplay ever.
Jesus. This is like the half the group just wants to start fucking. The other half is confused, and only one that gets it's the manager. Go
So
ahead.
Orin, you know without a doubt, these things, they're evil. They take pleasure in tormenting, charming, killing, murdering humans, let alone lawful good ones. There's no way, because you see they are not only like they're taking orders from these young people, put this here, let me drink that, that kind I mean, they are not, this is not a natural order of things.
It's pretty natural to me.
But, I'm thinking better about this Judas priest guy. He's got a good operation going. I'm not
Like
seeing a problem.
Blackie Northstone. I fucked like a bees.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm not sure I know that reference.
Blackie Lawless. Wasp.
Oh, okay, Wasp.
We are sex perverts.
Yes.
Matt, I will just keep playing and keep my eyes out.
Okay.
So I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what these things are. I'm just like, wow, this is pretty interesting, and I don't understand what's going on.
Do we have scrying almost for this? This is making an awesome show. We've got a video right here.
No, clearly there was a sign when you were walking up the gangplank that says no scrying devices. All have to be checked in at the top of the gangplank.
Hey, band manager, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't have banishment. What?
Oh, jeez. I mean,
yeah, it's not a.
What's with these creatures? Are they devils or are they kinky fairies? Kinky fairies. I don't know what the fuck.
Devils, pure evil, sedition, destruction, and so forth. The only reason they're being so capitulant is the very fact is that means that apparently our good brother Judas Priest is not as gooder as he'd good to be.
Are they bound by like those things on their neck?
Probably.
Okay, well, let's not take them off then, because they'll start eating people.
The thing is, we need to find the uptight. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
So, Sean, as you were playing, and some of you have drifted into the crowd, some of you have dove headlong into the crowd. Gromarsh is still body surfing and singing, sometimes face up, sometimes face down.
Gromarsh. What is the bosun? What do you use to hold the rigging?
The belaying pin.
Yeah. So I cast animating. I animate one of those so it can.
Yeah, use those spell points we're gonna need to fucking make a thing dance. Okay.
I don't want to know. I don't.
And
So-
all you hear is so.
No.
Yeah, well, it's sticking out like a tail. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
You're playing Holgrim. You're kind of talking to Orin, and you're playing, and all of a sudden you hear inside your head, you hear, Holgrim of the Lost Shire, come to me, Holgrim, come to me now.
Okay, leader forward. I will come to you. I do what I say.
I'm Orin. I'm not leader forward. I'm Orin.
Right. He says that. His necklace glows, and he disappears.
I forgot about the necklace. That's how smart I am. I totally played my character. I forgot about the necklace. Like, leader forward. I'm coming.
Holgrim,
What the fuck?
You appear in an opulent and beautiful bedroom, a boudoir.
Hey,
Boudoir.
Furnished in silks and tapestries. There's incense burning. There is a huge bed, sort of a half circle bed, massive with red satin sheets, and ornate carved sort of headboard, sort of kind of towering about it, and laying.
before you go
there,
on, Matt. Before you go on, I think the injustice is going to be that she got locked away and couldn't get fucked. But I'm just going to say that right now, and that's why I got summoned. But keep going. I'll be disappointed.
And
Vita's in.
laying on the bed is sort of these sheen, silken, sort of white robes, or white sort of kind of one piece thing. Is Princess Lita Fjord, and she's like, "Oh, you came, Holgrim. Please help me. Help me."
Help you what?
You guys
She's
not
on
read
the
any
bed.
heavy metal magazines? Oh my
It's
god!
like, so Holgrim's like going to be, you said like some sort of evil and injustice. And I grab my axe. Where's it at? I will, what do you,
She's
look
like, "Come
around
to
and I
me.
go,
"Come to me. I need your strength."
oh, you need that strength. You need the strength of the barbarian. Yes.
She's like, "Yes, your strength, quickly."
So you're
I
not in
just
any danger.
have 3 words. Dagon Tentacle Girl.
Does she have a crack in between her legs?
No,
Does she
she
have regular?
does not. You can't let-
Yogrim's going to go. So far he doesn't see any reason not to do anything. So Yogrim goes, well, when in rain,
Abscondia.
I will do what rain would do in this situation. And I just, go in. And he says it out loud. And she's like, I will do what rain would do. And I just go in and do it.
All right, so you climb on the bed and you crawl up to her, and her face is all lit up, and she says,
And I go into a rage.
Thank you. And she goes, "Look, here, help me. I can't lift it up. It's stuck behind the bed."
Oh.
And you look over the bed, and there is a bejeweled sort of chest with a lock on it.
I lift
is
it up.
behind the bed. Okay, it's
Get the
really heavy.
Uptight!
So what is this thing?
She says, "Quickly."
around his ankle.
No, I don't need. You guys keep forgetting. I am
his
wearing
loincloth is
a
around his
loincloth.
He has no pants.
Holgrim has a cape and a loincloth. That's it. He just dropped his cape and just climbed into bed. Okay, Holgrim will lift it up. Is this the thing? The
It's inside. It's inside.
what is inside?
Horsecock.
She goes, "The thing that we must get. You must help me.
What's it called?
We must right the wrongs." I don't know what it's called. It's the key.
Okay, we get it up on the bed, and I say,
Right?
okay,
She's
I
like,
mean, I
"Can
can
you
smash it
with
open.
your ass?" Yes, you're so strong.
Are you the
Sure. I mean,
Seamaster?
I had a friend that
That's
could have
it.
picked the lock if you told me. Okay, I'll smash it. I smash it open.
So you smash it open, kind of sparks fly, and she opens it up. She starts rummaging. You see like a necklace come flying out. You see like a green jeweled sort of like object kind of come flying out, lands on the bed,
Let me grab
and
it.
she's rubbing around. It's sort of like an oblong, about 6 or 7 inches long.
That's what he
Sort
said.
of rounded on one end. It's got some little bit of jewels.
There we go.
And you feel like it almost sort of pulses in your hand.
Pulsating green thing.
And-
Okay. is this like a magic item?
It's kind of smaller at the top and sort of more flanged out as it goes to the bottom.
Oh, okay. So I go, is this a magic item of some sort? Has some significance? It seems to be pulsing with power.
I don't know. She goes,
it does create magic.
It's here. Yes.
Okay, I stick that in my back of my thong. I stick it in the back of my thong because it might be important. And I'm like, God, this is annoying as shit. And I guess
it seems to fit perfectly.
He totally doesn't get what it is. He goes, Holgrim's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. It might be important though later. So, worst case, I'll give it to Nobby, and we pull it out, and I help her pull it out, whatever it is.
All right, and she turns around. She has a glass sort of like key. She pulls it. She goes, there it is, and the door bursts open.
And I spin around.
Standing in the door, you see D. Snyder, his sword drawn.
He has a sword.
He looks at you.
His literal sword or his figurative sword? Is this like a euphemism?
No, this is his great sword.
Okay, we just wanted to make
sense. He looks at you and says,
it's a great sword.
You're not going to take it. You're not going to take it anymore. And he comes charging forward, and that's where we're going to end. It suddenly dawns on you that these aren't her chambers.
I just look behind her and go,
there's like a picture. You can't really read it, but it's like you see a picture, like a painting of like a younger Judas with like an older guy. He's like giving him a little diploma.
I go, fuck. I go. He goes, nothing ever ends well for me.
Thank you for listening to the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast presentation of the next chapter of Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws story, Baking the Law. I'm Matt, your host, and also your tour manager for this adventure. The Mithril Maidens are Nathan, playing Echoes of Banter, an Eladrin elf monk who's also the band's bagpipist. Tyr, playing Rain Northshine, a fairy fighter rogue bass lutist. Sean, as Holgrim of the Lost Shire, a halfling barbarian and lead lutist. Chris, as Zulja Azea, a half-orc bard and drummer of the band. Kupo, as Gromarsh, a half-orc bard and lead singer. And to keep them all in line, Malcolm, as Orin Killroy, a half-elf cleric and manager. Original art for Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws was done by Simone Temeta, also known as Old Raging Barbarian. Music and sound effects for Sex, Drugs, and Saving Throws were provided by Dark Fantasy Studios, SoundQ, and original sound effects by our very own Nathan. If you like what you've heard, please go ahead and follow, link, subscribe, and write a review anywhere that you find or listen to our podcast. Or you can also leave a comment if you like to watch our episodes on our YouTube channel, or just hit us up on Twitter. We're happy to talk with folks. Thank you again for listening. So grab your +1 longsword and your bottle of Viagra, because you're never too old to roll.
What is Slay the Stars? Oh. Come with us and enjoy a chaotic D&D hot pot, a dash of cosmic fantasy, a few cloves of dark fairy tales. And that's the entire bottle of shenaniganery. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Listen in Tuesdays at noon Eastern Standard Time on any major streaming platform. SlayTheStars.com. Persomnia ad Astra.
All right, well, that's where we will leave off, and I guess we will have another episode.
Did you really think that it was going to get done today?
We spent a lot of time on things that I think are going to be like 5 minute, he's going to talk to them and tell them that they're going to do this, and that's going to be 5 minutes. And
oh, you're fucking insane. Malcolm warned you, too, and you didn't listen.
You were warned.
That's right. Well, things are starting to go south.
A lot of fun.
Things are starting to go south. I really apologize that the very ending giant orgy wasn't such a surprise.
No, I kept thinking of the festival for StarCraft with Landrew. this is going to be Landrew 2.0.
No,
right here.
I actually we weren't actually eating people.
No, it actually was a surprise. I thought it was going to go the other way. I thought he was taking
human sacrifice.
Yeah. No, I thought he was luring us out here to go beyond whatever legal boundaries.
Yeah, kill us.
and kill us, basically, where we were going to have to kill everybody on the ship. I'm like, yeah!
I am still not beyond the killing everybody on the ship stage.
Oh, yeah, well...
Wait, guys, they'll forget everything, so we don't need to kill all of
the
them. We just
the
need to
past
kill
victors.
We just need to kill the ones who, been here longer. I guess that's all. The permanent.
I mean,
crew.
the past victors, made it back. So there's no reason to think we shouldn't. So something else is clearly going on, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. This is. I thought this was kind of funny. This would be a good.
This was
Oh,
fun.
yeah, a lot of
Good
fun.
episode.
And I have to pre-thank Nathan because he's given me a wonderful gift.
Nobby.
This is Nobby. I'm just curious.
Yes.
Well, that Holger has a butt plug, a jeweled butt plug.
Yeah.